This is the collective energy analysis for the week ahead. What we're looking at here is someone in the 3D system. Everything is pretty balanced. There's some minor distortions in the higher gateways. Lower gateways look pretty good. Lower chakras look pretty good, but the heart is completely shut down. So basically the heart is the 0-point field, and it's also your connection to the multi-dimensional reality. It allows you to consciously connect to the universe that exists within you, which is also the universe that exists outside of you. So this is closed down. So what's going on, this person can connect to the higher fields of information and light, is grounded, seems to be functioning fairly well, but there's no divine connection. Okay, there's no source connection. So source connection comes through the cosmic diamond, and we can look at it as these external chakras, but really all of this is happening within us. And this is just a way for us as humans to conceptualize this idea of expansion when it's really about going within and expanding within. So if the heart's closed down, then all the information we're getting up here could be primarily astral or distorted, because it's not able to move through this gateway of the heart. So basically the heart holds it is the intersection between the higher realms and the lower realms, okay, is the heart space. It's also basically the tree of life kind of exists here, where you can move in and travel multidimensionally, okay? So if this gateway is shut down, you're either going to be existing in the higher realms and not able to embody, or existing solely in the lower realms and not able to expand, okay? And so we're seeing this as a collective. The heart being shut down will cause all sorts of issues physically with the heart, okay, and the lungs. These are all connected to the heart. So we're seeing that collectively because this space is being shut down. So the frequency here is about 50 kilohertz. And the fourth level of the field is congested, which makes sense. I didn't see any blocks, or they didn't show me any blocks. And then the cosmic heart is also shut down. So this connection to love, to other people, to higher divine love as well, is really important in the process of expansion. There is a lack of inauthenticity, or a lack of authenticity and divine connection when the heart is shut down. And so what we're seeing here is people getting kind of stuck in the higher aspects of ascension and not being able to ground into the body. So they're kind of shooting out, over intellectualizing, overthinking, as well as connecting to these ascended aspects of self, but not bringing the love portion of it to it. So you can become all divine mind, which the divine mind is actually coherent. It's divine love also. It's harmonized. So you can't become the divine mind without the heart energy, okay? And the duality that we experience as humans is the mind versus the heart. And once those are harmonized, then we can access our infinite potential and power. So what I'm seeing is these people with the heart closed, they're either too high up or too low. So too much in the higher spheres or too in the lower spheres. And so the heart is actually closing down because of this over conceptualization of spiritual truths, over intellectualization of spiritual truths, and then that actually shifted into manipulating others, or manipulation of others. And so the heart has to stay open for you to stay in that empathetic space, okay? This is when spiritual leaders or gurus, etc., will take this information and manipulate it to control the masses. They have access to that information, but they're not working from that empathetic, love-based space, okay? And so they're over strategizing what needs to happen, and there's a need for trust for the heart to open. Okay, there's a lot of information coming in about the heart recently, either the golden heart, this is the 3D, just the normal heart chakra, okay? And this actually plays itself out as entitlement, being better than. And there's a spiritual hierarchy, and people can heal and clear and raise frequencies, but we're all still the same energies with the same potentialities as humans, okay? So this is playing out in a not very pretty way. So what we're looking at here for these people, they need to ground. They need to open the heart and bring the spiritual energies into the body to ground themselves so they can perceive others from a neutral and empathetic space, so it's not a grandiose space, okay? And this is what I speak about actually often being the fall from grace. So people skyrocket into the higher spheres, there's an automatic feeling or tendency to feel like you're above others. And in a way, there's a hierarchy and a learning curve there for people. But if you get too into that space and the heart closes, then there will be some sort of tower event that will kind of kick you off from that high horse, because that's not the space. The space is grounded, central, empathetic, compassionate. And then you can travel up and down this pillar of light, gaining information and pulling it through the heart space to bring it into the earth plane. If you deliver it from the higher spheres, only sitting on the heart or standing on the heart space, it's very unstable for the energy, okay? So these people may feel that they're in this really elevated space, but it's actually this distorted, elevated space that isn't getting the whole source and the whole love-based reality integrated, harmonized, and coherent, okay? So the suggestions, you guys maybe, or this group of people may be able to ground. They should be able to ground in the 5D at some point. Or maybe they have, but they've descended and or had a fall from grace. So the 5th density ascension session is recommended here. So because of this, some of you guys may have already reached that space, but the heart's closed, so we just have to open the heart and reground. Okay, the emerald flame will help with this as well, clearing the 4th level of the field and opening the heart, as well as preparing the earth star to ground in the 5D core. Quantum purification, and this will clear the field as well as go through all of the chakras. Soul retrieval en masse. And this is, if you've done a lot of soul retrieval, then you can do this guided meditation and pull back a lot of the soul parts that have fractured over time. And then we have Pyo and Kujikiri. And the affirmation for this is, I know my deep spiritual self and I am not tempted by distractions. And the reason why this is important is this heart is being closed because you have this expanded awareness, but the temptations of the material world are actually closing the heart space. So you're forgetting the love-based reality and going into this distracted space of manipulation, fear, and ego. And that's why the heart's shutting down. So you have to know your spiritual self here, but not get distracted by the 3D material temptations, okay? So that's the big lesson here. And so we have to stay centered in the heart space no matter how expansive we become, and we have to stay grounded, okay? So that is it for the week. See you next week.